Good morning, guys. Happy Tuesday. Well, for me, Tuesday is my new Monday, so it's okay. I'm back to work. I'm grateful. I'm healthy. I woke up, so no complaining. I don't have no earrings on. I feel so naked. I don't know where they are. Oh well. Anyway, if you're new to my channel, my name is Dawn. I am the happiest unretired carnivore. I am 63. I'm back to work and I feel better than ever. And that's basically what my channel is about in a nutshell. I want to help other people get their health back and help you find options if you are unretired and what we can do. Because if you're like me and you went online and you were looking for some advice, it's mostly geared towards, the other people, the rich ones, people that already had money or were smart and did things the right way, but or didn't have a series of unfortunate events fold out for them. You know, they're there to make money, which I get. Like, one of my subscribers said, "There's no money in people like us that have no money." So it's hard to find help, and that's what I hope I can do. I hope that I can, through my subscribers and the research that I've done, maybe find some other alternatives for us that are trying to, get by on the bare minimum. Some of us are just going to have Social Security and maybe a small savings. And, some of us own our houses. Some people don't. We're all, it's rough. It's rough out there right now. And from what I understand, there's more and more people like us. We are not alone. The numbers are growing because more and more people are living paycheck to paycheck. It is harder and harder to save. And even if you did save, like we did, things happened and you ended up using a big chunk of that savings. And now here you are at 63 and there's not enough to retire on. So you got to keep working. So the first piece of advice I'm going to give you is to take care of your health. Because if you're not in good health, you're not going to be able to continue working. Your health is your wealth at this age. It is so important. I've done a series of videos on it, how I've turned my life around. I've already lost 56 pounds. I started 100 pounds overweight, bedridden, severely depressed, having to go in for blood transfusions, medications, the whole bit. I'm free from all of that now, just by changing my diet, just by cutting out the crap and the sugars and eating whole foods. I feel wonderful. So yeah, if you want to know more about that, it's in my past videos, but I'm still going to be talking about it. Right now, I'm mainly focusing on the fact that I am unretired at 63. My husband is also unretired. Well, no, he never did retire. I retired for a bit and then I realized I can't afford to. So I'm back in the workforce. And like I said, there's many of us out there doing the same thing. But there are options. It's not all doom and gloom like some people would like us to believe. They want us to feel bad. They want us to be scared. And you know what? It's not as bad as I originally thought. It can be done. It's not as pretty as it would have been if we would have had, millions of dollars in the bank. But if you got your health and you've got family and friends, life can still be good. Believe it or not, without lots of money, you can still lead a very fulfilling, happy life. I'm trying to find options to make what little money I have work for me. And one option that somebody gave me yesterday, and I thought, well, this is good because, see, that's my problem. I don't think outside the box. That's why I need you guys. You guys have given me so much great advice. And this one in particular, I thought, okay, this is doable. This sounds like something I could do. It's geared towards people that own their home. But she suggested, her husband had passed away and she just, all she had was Social Security. She didn't work. She was a stay-at-home mom and she never had an income of her own. So she was able to get her husband's, but it just, one check wasn't enough. She was just getting his. So what she did was she had a 3-bedroom home and she built an ADU and a dwelling in the backyard. Put in she bought one of those sheds from Home Depot and she just converted it into a small apartment. And then she rented out the big house up front It had 3 bedrooms. She rented it out to other friends, other women that were in the same position, that didn't want to be alone and didn't have enough to live, as well on their own. So together, she rented out the front house. These 3 women each got a bedroom. I don't know what she charged, probably different rates. I would think if somebody's got the master bedroom, would they pay more than the other two? But whatever. So anyway, so now it's basically like a Golden Girls situation. How cool would that be? I know other women were like, yeah, I would totally do that. I think that would be amazing. So yeah, renting out the front house. Now she gets, more than enough income to pay her taxes on the house. Because even though she owned the house, she still owes taxes every year, and to cover any maintenance fees and insurance. And it gives her an income on top of it all. It helped pay for the she shed that she put in the backyard, which, by the way, she got on payments through Home Depot, and it was all very doable. And she said it turned her life around, not only, financially, but now she has, friends, people that she lives with. They can all kind of look out for each other. I thought that was absolutely perfect. And if something were to happen to my husband, yep, that's what I would do. I would even turn the garage into another, living space. Maybe that's what I do. I would live in the garage and, rent out the inside. But, it's nice to hear from people that are actually doing it, because people that are, doing better and they've saved money, our position scares the pants off of them. They can't even fathom it. They're just like, just give up, just curl up into the fetal position and die. And that's basically the advice that I was getting. It was just like, oh, I'm so sorry. Like it's just the worst thing ever. And it was like, okay, this isn't helping. This is not making me feel any better. This is the position we're in, and we need advice and, some options to make things better. So, when people come and just tell me how great they're doing and just act like, wow, sucks to be you. Like, really? That's all you stop by, is just to tell me how terrible my life is? But, I think my life is probably better than theirs. If they're that unkind that they had to stop and make that point, they must not be very happy. So I shouldn't be upset, because my mom always said that unhappy people are usually unkind. Happy people always find a way to be nice. So yeah, that's just one idea. There's still many more. If you read the comments, there's some great ideas. I'm still looking for more, because not everybody does own their home. So that is not an option for everybody, obviously. And I wonder if men would do that. I think women are more likely to do that than guys would. I don't know, guys, would you do that if that was, one of your only options? Just curious. Or would you just rent out to a bunch of, 25-year-old single women? But I'm not going to say it. Some of the other options that I was given are for people that don't own their own homes. For instance, if you're renting an apartment, and if you have a 2-bedroom apartment, you could possibly, share expenses. Get a roommate, for sure. Get a roommate. That, I think that's probably one of the only options. At that point, you're just going to have to give up your privacy, your freedom. But it might be worth it if you get somebody that you really like and enjoy their company. It might be beneficial. So I would do that if I was single and I lived in an apartment. I would definitely do that. And then, like I've said before, a lot of people are moving into their vehicles. It's not glamorous, and it's not like they show it on YouTube. Some of the people are honest. There's a few, but like one gentleman said, and I agree with him, you got to think about the end game. You might be able to do that for a while. It might be your only option rather than being homeless, but you got to think a little down the road too. What happens in 5, 10, 15 years? Are you still going to be able to do that, as your health declines? But maybe it's just a good option for a brief period of time. Maybe that would allow you to save some money living like that. I don't know. It's just something, it's just an option for right now. If you're in that emergency situation, like, oh no, it's either this or homeless, then yeah, jump in the car. You're going to have to do that. Downsize. I am definitely going to downsize. Less stuff, less clutter. Maybe have a big garage sale, make a few pennies. I don't have a lot to sell if I did that, but just so that I don't have to deal with the crap. As you get older, you just don't want to deal with it. having a bigger home was nice when I was raising a family, but now that I'm older and my husband and I feel like we're a slave to our home because on the weekends, there's yard work that has to be done. There's always maintenance. Our house is like 30 years old, so there's upkeep and 3 bathrooms. And I swear, even though we don't use them all, they still get dirty, so they have to be cleaned. And it's like I am tired of this. I appreciate the space. I enjoy it for the holidays and all that, but the rest of the year, it's kind of a nuisance. It just allows me to get more stuff, more room to have more stuff. And so I had thought about the tiny home. I know a lot of people, you just hate that idea, but just don't listen if you don't like it. Now, I liked the tiny home idea because I thought, well, for one, less to take care of. Two, it's cheaper. And it just felt cozy. I like that idea, and more people are doing it. And obviously it's more affordable. But the thing that I see happening, and this doesn't even make sense, is people are getting tiny homes and then paying, an exorbitant amount for a storage shed for all the stuff that doesn't fit in the tiny home. If you're going to do the tiny home thing, you have to downsize, or it just doesn't make any sense. You got to get rid of this stuff. Maybe get a storage shed for your yard, and you can keep some things that you absolutely feel that you don't want to get rid of. That would make more sense. But I live in California, and they're making it tougher and tougher to do that type of thing. I have to find an area where I could buy a piece of property and that would allow me to have a tiny home on it. So, and no, I'm not moving out of California. You can't even pay me enough. I know it sucks and everything's sky high, but my family is here. So, not leaving. We'll live in a tent before I leave. And I was listening to that one guy, that walkie-talkie guy, lives down in Florida. He actually vacations out here for many months because he loves it, but he doesn't want to live here full time because of the taxes. So I thought, okay, that's a good option, being a snowbird, having your main resident somewhere cheaper, like maybe the next state over, maybe Arizona or something. But my God, is it hot. If you've ever been to Arizona, it's like you're paying the price by living in 1,000,000-degree heat the majority of the year. So that's something to consider too, because we did look at it. We have family out there. You guys, I don't know how you do it. I just don't know how you do it. But it would be an option. Maybe a few months in the winter we could do it. Yeah, I just don't know. But that reminds me of another option. People buying mobile homes or modulars and putting those on properties. You can get a bigger one. It doesn't have to be a tiny home. And those are an option for some people. And I know some of you snobs are like, no, don't buy a mobile home. They're just not. Well, you know what? At this age, it's a choice of being homeless or living in a mobile home. Guess what I'm going to take? There's some beautiful ones, and some of those modulars look just like a regular house to me. And if you just want to live comfortably, you're not trying to build your wealth, by getting a lot of equity in your home or whatever, then yeah, I think that's a great option. But right now, have you seen the price of those? Even just mobile homes in a mobile home park. My gosh, they are ridiculous. My brother, fortunately, he's in construction. He's a contractor, and he ended up buying one, and he was just going to flip it, but it's so nice now. And he paid cash for it because it was like, I think he got it for 30,000. The people were going to lose it. It needed a ton of work, and now it's easily worth 180,000, and that's what they're going for in that park. So yeah, if you can come across a deal like that, grab it. I would do that in a heartbeat. But right now, my options are different. We all have different avenues that we need to look into depending on your situation. And I've got more, but I do have to go to work, and I'm already up to 14 minutes. And, I'm going to try and start keep them a little bit shorter. So I'm going to go to my first job. And then when I come back, I might talk a little bit more. So I hope you guys have a great day. And if you've got any better advice for me, except for all you rich people that don't understand what it's like to be poor, just don't. Because it doesn't help. I know maybe you mean well. I'm not sure if you're just bragging or if you actually are trying to give me some advice. But, think about my situation before you offer advice. Try and be realistic. Anyway, I'm going to let you guys go, and I will see you in the next video. Have a great day, guys.